In this section, we will look at speaking and listening and how bilingual learners can best be supported. When learning any new language, the first skills we will develop will be in talking and listening. These skills are required as a foundation before building skills in reading and writing. Allowing bilingual learners to use their home language in class, as well as any new language they have learned in English, will be very beneficial. Translanguaging allows learners to use all of their language skills and build confidence in communicating with others. It is also nice for the other pupils in the class to be aware of the different languages spoken and to hear this also. Seating or grouping bilingual learners with good role models of English is essential in developing a sound sentence structure and fluency when speaking. Studies show that around 45% of communication is listening, so the opportunity to develop good listening skills in English is very important for bilingual learners. There are a number of foundation skills when developing speaking and listening in a new language. These include distinguishing the different sounds and their meanings, choosing individual words and phrases to express need and meaning, building meaning from the different words and sentences we hear. This is why a good role model in English is important. Learners connect meaning to context and then work out how to respond in these different contexts. Speech is also connected with gesture, which can be a challenging skill to master, as gestures can have different meanings in different cultures. Once all of this is developed, negotiating meaning in two-way conversations with speaking partners and learning how to respond to others is next, and then using these skills and applying them in a variety of contexts and topics. Now let's stop and think. What opportunities are there in your classroom to promote speaking and listening skills with your bilingual learners? Do you feel there are any barriers or challenges to their progress? Let's look at some strategies to build talking and listening skills. First of all, vocabulary building. Using visuals or a word mat to add meaning to words makes vocabulary easier to recall and remember. Also, using a word or phrase of the week and encouraging this language use in different contexts will increase confidence with new language and using it with others. Alongside this, using games to support vocabulary building is a fun and uncomplicated way to increase knowledge and vocabulary. Collaborative activities are key to building confidence in using language. Pair or small group discussions allow the bilingual learner to use new language with less pressure on them. It also allows them to tune in and listen when others are talking. Drama and role-play situations allow for the rehearsal of language in various contexts. Information exchange games are another way for learners to practice and use repetitive language. Barrier games allow for information sharing about a particular image, where the learners are encouraged to guide one another to draw or place items on a matching picture and try to make a mirror image of one another's picture. This activity recycles language and allows for the repetition of the focus language. For example, placing shapes in an order will require using the shape names repeatedly. Jigsaw activities allow the learner to gather information about a topic and then share it with various groups. Again, the repetition of the language allows for confidence building. Speaking frames can provide topics of conversation for learners. They can help learners to translate ideas into sentences. They can also provide sentence starters that allow speaking to become more structured. Using speaking frames can also help in moving from speaking to writing. Here is a list of useful websites with resources for speaking and listening. Racing to English is a very useful survival language resource. It has excellent visuals and lots of speaking and listening activities. The Bell Foundation's Great Ideas pages give suggestions on activities that can be used for speaking and listening. There are also many resources available to download. And the British Council Learn English Kids page has many online speaking and listening activities which can be completed in class or at home.